Welcome back to Commander Speedy's channel. We're delighted to have received Alpha 2 tonight. I've spent a lot of time actually getting to grips with playing and fighting against lots of other players. Very exciting. As you can imagine, compared to version 1, there's obviously, with the networking and also with the new gameplay, there's a few more bugs in this version. So there are the odd occasional crash in terms of the whole app breaking or some freezing. Some people are complaining about some speed problems. However, overall I'm pretty damn impressed. Certainly very exciting in terms of fighting other players and just getting out there and playing. The intention of this video is just very quickly to show you what they've introduced. I'm not actually going to go into any of the game playing. I'm going to make those as separate videos just purely from a size point of view for you to go through and watch and select what you want to see. So what do we have in Alpha 2? Well, we have the original Alpha 1 combat scenarios, so the 9 different individual single player games are there. However, I have gone into waste disposal and noticed that some of the asteroids etc. have improved in quality. So obviously the engine itself has gone through some modifications, and I imagine some of those have carried through to some of these other ships and graphics etc. So I am interested and intrigued to go and try some of these games later and see whether any of those have improved in just in general look, feel and play. However, the key point is multiplayer. So I'm just taking you in here. So now multiplayer brings you up a feast of new games and challenges that are all online multiplayer. So the first thing to note is the mistake that a lot of us have jumped into the alpha and just done is we've been given 10,000 credits. We've all assumed that has been an alpha, will be re-topped up now and again or change. However, from the forum so far, what we've been told by Mike Brooks, the intention is that we have to earn our credits. So of course we've gone out, bought some expensive ships, not known how to pilot them properly with the weapons, been blown out the sky and just basically thrown away a load of money. So at the moment my credits are looking a bit low. However, despite that, there are free ships included into this game engine, so you can never stop playing. But the idea is now I've got to build up my reserves in terms of credits. So that's where we are with the money really. But the ships, the loadouts as they're called, so these are the different ships. We're still using our same ship, but we've now got different options. So there's the bare bones, which is free, the needle, which is free, and I'm going to work through these very quickly so you can pause the video to see the actual weapons that are included in each. But it's a combination of gimbal mounted versus normal mounted weapons, lasers versus cannon, etc. There's also cargo based scanners. I haven't worried myself too much about how they work right now. I'm assuming that when you lock on to a target it will start scanning and then tell you what they've got on board. I'm not too worried about that at the moment, and I think the majority of people have been just going in to blow each other up really, basically. So we had the needle, and then the first ship that really cost any money, the eyeball. Now in my opinion, this is my favourite ship right now in terms of cost, because obviously I've only got limited supply of money of 100 credits. But I'm finding that when I go into a head-on battle, I'm finding that I'm taking at least 1, maybe 2 ships out, and I'm collecting around 300 credits per bounty. So quite quickly, for buying one of these, I'm boosting myself by $500 for each time I fight, 500 credits for each time I fight. Not amazingly great, but the risk-reward right now ratio for me is quite adequate, and it's actually building up a nice little nest egg there. We then have the detective, the revolution, the burst, the heavy hitter, the vigilante, the flurry, the heater, the disruptor, and that actually for me looks very exciting. 2, 3 gimbal tri-burst pulse lasers. I wouldn't mind getting myself one of those soon, but I'm not willing to sacrifice the credits at the moment. The relentless, the bomber, and as you quite clearly see now, we've moved into costs that are way over my budget at the moment. The enforcer, the hammer, the bounty hunter and the surgeon. I'm not sure whether there's an intention to put any more ships up, but I'm hoping there will be. But for now, we're sticking with what we've got. I'm going to move back to my favourite, which is the 100 credit eyeball. And we're given 4 scenarios. So here we have the Endless War, where we jump in and then we're meant to fight as one of the fleets. At the moment, I've been jumping in here and not really understanding the scenario. From a point of view, I don't know who's who, so I'm just blasting the hell out of anybody that's in my sight. Not good, but that's the way it is. I would like to find out how this actually scenario is supposed to work and really get involved properly. Then we have the impeccable defence. There's as it states on here, there's a Federation battle cruiser and we're meant to defend it. Again, there's a bug in this scenario in which the actual ship has gone AWOL. So everybody's buzzing around, flying around trying to find it to protect it, and it doesn't exist at the moment. Whether that's going to get fixed in the morning, I don't know. The scenario that I keep jumping into is just basically the free-for-all. So in here you're not getting any kind of bad scoring in terms of your ratings, in terms of becoming an outlaw. Everybody's open for destroying and also for collecting money against. So overall, that's been the scenario that I've been jumping into. But the final one is the ethics and credits. This is where reading some of the forums is meant to be where you really can gain a lot of credits. Basically, you've got NPCs flying around mining the actual asteroids, and the idea is you either decide to cut down those NPCs and earn some credits from that way by taking them out, but you obviously get bounty on your head. But then the alternative is to come in here and be the good guy and take out the bounty on the other player's head who've been taking out the miners. So there's a combination here of setting up that strategic am I good guy, bad guy. On top of here, there's also meant to be the ability to scoop up the cargo, but none of the ship's loadout seem to have any sign of a scoop of any kind. Under the keyboard mapping, there is certainly buttons that I've now mapped to enable scoop. However, I've been unable to find any way of scooping up any kind of cargo, and I haven't seen any real cargo. When I've destroyed the ship, there's obviously remnants of the ship, but I'm not sure whether that's meant to be the cargo that you're meant to scoop up. So at the moment, there's some questions gone on the forums, and I'm just actively following those to find out whether cargo scooping is something that's in or out of scope right now, and whether actually there is a way to collect credits for it. And finally, on the screen, the stats, which you'll see at the moment I've earned 300 credits. Something strange there, because I know I've gained at least 12 to 1500 around 1500 credits. So either something's reset, either there's a bug, or whether it's going over 12 or 1 o'clock yet, it is early in the morning, whether that's reset the statistics. Because on there also it says I've played for 16 minutes. Well, actually it's been a couple of hours, to tell the truth. Total deaths 1, total kills 4. Again, that doesn't make sense. 15 minutes ago, and as you'll see, the crimes perpetrated, attempted murders 8 and 3 murders. That was a lot more just a minute ago. I was in the 20s to 30 kills and crimes. So again, the statistics don't seem to bear what's actually happened in the game. Now, whether that's because I've had the occasional hiccup where the application's fallen over or not, or whether it's just because when I've been destroyed, sometimes I don't come back to the menu and it just hangs. So I actually end up having to go to Task Manager and kill the app. So at the moment, I don't trust the statistics, just purely because they're not telling the story how it is. Anyway, that's an overview of what there is. So you haven't seen me flying around and you haven't seen me in fighting, but I'm going to do that in some other video recordings. The intention is to keep these as short as possible, just so you can go and select which videos you're really interested in. Okay, so this is Commander Speedy signing out.